Start of the second half, BVI versus Antigua. We see Antigua trying to get that early start there by attacking the BVI goal from the jet go. Antigua coming down the left side. Lots of water, holding that ball back. Seems like it's a water polo we out here playing. Ball into touch now, BVI throw in. The tournament setting up interestingly, Paul, because we see Antigua losing the first game. Now it seems like they're going to be winning this one if the BVI doesn't come back. St. Kitts losing one, winning one. Anguilla seem to be on top, winning both games. So now setting it up for a nice grand finale on Saturday, because now we'll have to see. The BVI will have to beat Antigua, or Antigua will have to beat the BVI. Sorry, Antigua will have to beat Anguilla in order for this, to even things out.
Yeah, certainly it's interesting and a surprise win for Anguilla over St. Kitts after a comprehensive 4-0 win against the Antiguans. But the conditions certainly didn't favor the style of play for St. Kitts. It will be very interesting to see on Sunday now, as you say, how the BVI can come up against
Saturday.
On Saturday, sorry, against undefeated Anguillan side. And
well, actually, the BVI will be coming up against St. Kitts.
St. Kitts, yes.
Saturday,
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see how Anguilla play against Antigua on Saturday.
Yeah, because that will be the telling tale for the final result of this zone. As we see, the BVI don't seem to be able to take control of the ball, especially in the defensive third. They're just up to clearing it out, not necessarily controlling and passing to their own players. And that's an area that I think we need a lot of work on, Paul.
Yes, if you look at the Anguillan side, they've got a very controlled and structured front line, which is the reason why they defeated the Kittians, whereas the BVI are the exact opposite, where we have no structure in the front, and so therefore it never looks as if we're going to score a goal, and that is where our challenge is, and that is where the coaches will have to begin to work on teaching the girls to become more structured in the front and scoring goals.
Well, we see the BVI trying to get themselves into this game as the Antiguans coming. Oh, a wild tackle coming in. I'm surprised the referee didn't call that play. But we've seen some interesting chance now for
wow, well done, keeper.
Chance there for Antigua. The keeper up to just cover that one with her legs.
Well, Peters was looking good in the first game and has come back again in the second game, has been very consistent in her style of play, her aggressiveness, and her lack of fear running off the line, and she's maintained that. The Antigans, of course, have a lot of pride at stake. After that 4-0 defeat, will want to come away with a good win, so on Sunday they can hopefully get a second win again. But Sunday will be a tough matchup with them against Anguilla.
Yeah, well, anything can happen. As we see a corner kick coming in here, BVI trying to clear it. Don't seem to be able to get the foot on this ball properly, Paul. I don't like the way the defenders are missing the ball, especially at a crucial point or at a crucial time. Anything can happen in your defensive third if you miss that ball.
Well, I'm hoping that over the next 2 days the weather holds off a bit, because the pitch should actually play really nicely on Saturday, because it's been well rolled and it's nice and flat at present, just that we have a few wet areas. Yeah. And with the weather drying out, it will certainly favor again the Kittians and should favor us as well.
Yeah, well, let's hope so, Paul, because with 2 goals down in this game, we need a prayer and a big turnaround here from our players. As we see the Antiguans sensing a victory, they're very eager and aggressive, trying to get that ball into the BVI penalty area.
One of the things that I'd like to see more the BVI do is individuals like Laverne, the number 14, take shots from the midfield and maybe drive a few forward because none of the goalkeepers have looked as good as Peters, as our Brittany Peters. So I would like to see a lot more of that. As you see the BVI trying to go forward again, no control.
Yes, well, we first have to take control of the football on the field because we don't seem to be able to hold on to it very long. Here's Antigua. BVI trying to get forward. I don't think the players are handling the wet conditions very well. And I'm surprised that the BVI coach decided to come out in all white today. Seeing the condition of the field.
Well, that's quite ironic that the BVI are wearing all white today. I thought that was Antigua when I first saw it, but certainly we're the ones who are wearing all white. Rather unfortunate in the wet, but it's a lesson for the girls to learn that whatever the weather is, you gotta play the game. The ball is round and anyone can win it. But the BVI will certainly have to begin to take more shots at goal if we're gonna have a chance of winning any of these three encounters.
Yes, as we see BVI coming away with that one again. Ball played into touch. We don't seem to be able to get the ball, to pass the ball properly as far as getting the ball to another player and another player. The players are just opting to just kick, and most of the time kicking it outside the touch.
Yeah. The one thing that I can say as the ball gets closer to our end is that comparatively to 2 years ago when we were losing games 24-0 and what have you, certainly we're doing a lot better now. Losing 1 and 2-0 shows that we're beginning to get some sort of structure in our ladies football. Obviously what we need now, Kenrick, is to get to the next level where the girls start to, have proper strikers and people taking shots at goal.
Yes. We see Sapphire Flax from the BVI making a good run across the field edge, saw the opening space on the right side, trying to get around the defender, but not fast enough. But she was able to win a free kick. See one of the Antiguan players down,
injured. Yeah, and getting back to the point about the BVI team, Kenrick, certainly we can say that there has been a vast improvement in the level of female football here in the Virgin Islands. It's nothing that we in past years I wouldn't say we didn't want it to develop, but because there's so many other things that we had to work on, it's something which we kind of had sort of left and hope it developed. Now we're seeing a lot more work with the girls, a lot more being put into it, and with the young lady coming from the UK, that's really showing Kate Rawson. That's really showing that we are now willing to put a lot more into the game. Another attack at goal here. This could be another goal here. Hits the post. Diving again. Could be in. And it's another goal for Antigua. What did she call? Did she call a free kick or did she give the goal? Well, we see the Antiguans dancing, so that's another goal given.
It's a bit unfortunate there because the keeper had the ball covered, but for some reason failed to hold on to it. And the Antiguans capitalized by rushing in there and getting the toe, as they say, getting the toe onto that ball and just getting it across the line.
Well, yeah, getting to the point I was making before they scored the goal is that comparatively now compared to, let's even say 5, 6, 7 years ago, ladies football has certainly come a long way, and I'm seeing a lot of improvement in the girls. Obviously, our biggest challenge that I'm seeing now is that there's no one striking, no one taking shots at goal, and as I say that, the ball goes to our end, which is a good thing to see. But we now need to see more structure with the girls, and they have to understand now. You see, the Anguillans and the Kitishans, the Antigans understand, exactly what they're in, and they're coming with a lot of aggression. Our girls are now in a learning phase and have to take that from that learning phase to the next level, where they begin to understand, it's about winning games
and keeping the structure.
And keeping the structure. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, it all comes with the proper the players being exposed to the right training. And we are joined here now by the president of the BVIFA, Mr. Andrew Bickerton. Maybe this is a good time for you to come in now, Andy, and tell us what are the plans for the future of women's football.
Well, it's fairly obvious from this tournament that our girls are just gaining experience at this point in time. You know, St Kitts brought in 9 players from overseas for this tournament, playing in England and the USA. All our girls have come up through the youth program. They've been being coached along the way, but they actually need to play more football, and I think that's what tonight is demonstrating, that because the other teams are more adept at moving the ball around to one another and keeping possession, whereas the BVI girls are working very, very hard. I mean, you know, as I said before the tournament started, you don't have to win games to be a winner. You can be a winner by giving 100%, which is exactly what they've done in both games so far.
So they're giving 100% effort.
Absolutely.
And, incidentally, talking about overseas players, I think I just found an overseas player for you, Andy. I'm not sure of her name, but she's 15. She was born in the BVI, grew up living in England. Very good. Well, she says she's a very good footballer. I haven't been able to see her yet, but maybe that's a future player there. 15 years old. So we need to start recruiting overseas players then.
No, we need to continue to work with our home-based players coming up through our youth program.
Great. So here we see Antigua. Thank you, Mr. President. And
you're welcome.
Yeah, Kenrick, I certainly agree with the President, and I'll add my sentiments to that. I'm a strong believer in home base and developing the home base. We've seen both in Trinidad and Jamaica with the men's national team that, you know, when they can't afford to bring in the overseas players, they're in a lot of problems. And we're in a unique position where we can develop youngsters. And this is a start. You know, you'd be amazed to see 3-4 years down the road, these same girls and the youngsters coming up behind them will defeat these same teams. You know, Anguilla and St Kitts in particular are teams that have been around for quite a while.
Yes, I was going to say, Paul, hearing you say that I think the average age of our team is probably about 16 years old, and don't forget they're playing in an under-20 tournament. So that means the majority of these players can play at this level for the next 4, 5, maybe 6 years.
Yeah, so let's hope with the right training that we'll see in a few more years a very strong BVI under-20 team.
There's no doubt I think we'll see that, and that is FIFA's goal. I've noticed FIFA's one of their focuses is to see women's football develop, and there's no doubt in my mind that. And one of the things I want to say is that, you know, one of the avenues where the BVI can go very far, quicker than the men, is in football.
Yeah,
because
women's football.
Women's football is one of the ways that because the Caribbean women are athletic and they're quick and they're fast. And it wouldn't take them long before they play on the world scene.
Yeah. Well, we definitely need to focus on a particular area where we can compete and do well. And I think at this level, all the countries are pretty much on par because of the, you know, in terms of how the players develop at this age group. You know, they're about just starting. So we should be able to compete at this level with any country. Once we stick to our, you know, get our program together and stick to it, I'm sure our young ladies with a bit of dedication and training could do as good as any other country around the region and internationally.
Well, there's no embarrassment in losing 2 or 3-0. You know, we're not losing 17 and 20-0, so there's no embarrassment there. The girls have been holding their own. As you see, the Antiguans are on the attack again, and this could be more danger here for the Antiguans. Peters gets that one, clearing it. Will she clear it? No, a second chance of goal. Good work, a second chance. She's going to try again. The Antiguans are attacking. But Peters, again, you've got to take your hats off to that young lady. She has been exceptional, quite exceptional indeed. Brittany Peters has just been, I can't think of a better word for young Miss Peters. She has just been exceptional.
Penalty?
I think it's a free kick, not a penalty. A
Red
red card, and that's for one of our players.
Probably cost.
Decisions in all the games are quite bizarre.
So well, again, this is all part of the learning process. You know, you need to understand the referee's, referee's word is final. Yeah. Referee's word is final. So you've got to learn to stick with what the referee said.
Yeah, it's a learning experience, I think, for the referees also.
Yes, obviously.
So a penalty has been awarded to Antigua, the chance to make it 4-0, and they will equal the Kittitions and return the favor that the Kittitions did to them. So they'll now be at the other end. And that, of course, opens Antigua, the match on Saturday quite nicely for Antigua to play Anguilla, and Tortola, of course, the Virgin Islands, will then play St. Kitts. So it makes Saturday quite interesting indeed. Here goes the shot at goal, and it's in.
That's a very good, a powerful shot. Beat the keeper.
Well, I didn't notice the Antiguans celebrating, I guess, on Tuesday when they lost 4-0. So obviously, they understand, the importance of winning, and we in turn must learn from this and move forward.
Well, I'm disappointed in the result so far, because I think the BVI team shows signs that they could do much better than what they're doing now. We can say, yes, the condition of the field is not ideal, but both teams are playing under the same condition. But sometimes it might be a bit of luck. Sometimes things just don't fall your way when you really need to. Like in the first match, I think Anguilla was very lucky in that St. Kitts sort of hit the goal post about 3 to 4 times in the match.
So we played Anguilla.
And they end up losing the game.
Well, in the first game, I think the BVI played Anguilla and St. Kitts played Antigua.
No, I'm talking about the first game.
Oh, the first game today. Yeah. Oh, right, of course, yes. I agree with that. I was thinking on Tuesday. Yeah. I didn't find them so unlucky, but yeah, I agree with you, Kenrick. And the conditions certainly were a little unlucky today, and that's the way football goes. And I guess today you can say the BVI a little unlucky. I wouldn't use words. Knowing where the girls have come from and where they are now, I personally don't feel a sense of disappointment. But certainly, I would have preferred, obviously, to see the Virgin Islands winning. But I think it's a good learning process for the girls, and I look forward to us meeting these same teams next year. Remember, the president has made the point that age ratio compared to the other teams, our girls are far younger than these girls, which means that in another year or two, most of these girls won't be eligible to play anymore. Our girls will still be eligible. And once we've learned and we maintain our youth program with these young ladies, the fruits will certainly come out at the end.
Yes. Well, let's hope. But we see the Antiguans still pressurizing the BVI team. The ball is in the BVI half most of this past few minutes. So let's see what the BVI can muster. They're one player down. They're playing with 10 players because one of our players was ejected earlier and resulted.
Got the goal again, and there we go, another goal.
The keeper doesn't seem to be able to handle that wet ball.
Yeah, well, it's a lot harder for a keeper when the ball is wet. And remember that just like the first game, lots of shots were taken to Brittany Peters.
But that was an infringement on that play, so it was an offside, luckily for the BVI.
Well, don't forget BVI playing with 10 players.
Yeah.
One player short, because the referee made that mistake.
It will be a lot harder for the Virgin Islands now. But the key thing, I think, for the girls now is to try and keep their heads up, continue playing as they have a chance now to attack, try and keep the ball out of their half, and at least hold it to 4-0, because that's just as much as Antigua got against St. Kitts.
Right. But there's still another 20 minutes left in this game. As you see the Antiguans again powering forward. Goalkeeper coming off a line. Gathered that one nicely. The goalkeeper need to work on her distribution though, Paul. She plays well, but in the end, gives it away easily.
Well, I think, looking at the keeper, it's really hard for me to, at this point, to say much about the keeper because she has done, about 80% of the work. So, it's hard for me to sort of focus on the keeper. I think I think we just have to focus on development and long-term, growth on the team.
Santiago again, deep in the BVI half. Throw coming in. Cut out nicely. As the BVI trying to get forward. Opting to just kick it forward, but no one is up front. So it's a kick and rush sort of game now. As the BVI launching a long kick upfield. Ball being played wide outside, Antigua goalkeeper. With lots of time. Lots of time and space, but she up to just kick it out for a throw-in. It seems like this is what all of the girls been learning, Andy, because I've seen it in all of the teams that played here today, where they just up to just kick it outside for a throw-in.
Yeah, I guess it takes time in playing this game to understand that you need to keep possession and pass the ball to one another. And at this stage of the game where both teams are actually tired, they're really just hanging in there, aren't they, and trying to clear their lines.
Yeah.
It's been very hard for all the teams today. It's a heavy, muddy field.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you can see the fatigue setting in now.
Yeah.
Throw now by Antigua. Controlling nicely, BVI, but again, ball is played forward. No one there to receive it. I wonder why the coach up to play in white today. The girls seem to be very conscious of their white clothing. Antigua, cut out by Kezi. Ball played forward. BVI rushing forward. Failing to control. Played out into touch by Antigua. Board not working. The board, the substitution board not working, the person holding it up, but it's not working. Substitution being called for Antigua. It's difficult to see.
Number 7 off.
Number 7 is off. Antigua coming forward. Loose ball now by Kenisha Smith. She up to kicked it out. Very windy here tonight as we wind down in the second half. BVI trying to clear that ball out. Foul being called now by referee. Miss no say from the Dominican Republic. Antigua. Chances here now. Saved by Brittany Peters. She's very alert, very agile. Antigua, chance again. Played away by the BVI. Bit of water splashing there now as the ball is played outside. Failed to control the Antiguans. Kick across the field. BVI getting behind that one. Working it out on the left. Again, won by Antigua. No one seemed to be challenging for that ball as it loose. Thought the referee would have given a foul on that play as the ball was last played by a defender and controlled by the goalkeeper. BVI trying to get forward. Failed to get a pass off. Antigua now. Ball played out to the right side. BVI showing signs of tiredness. But Antigua also showing signs of tiredness. So that ball is just kicked waywardly out of play. We just had a stoppage in the play as we see one of the Antiguan players receiving injury. Portia Burke, I think her name is the player down, number 10. Portia Davis, number 10, is the player down. As Antigua now taking a throw in. Close chance there for Antigua as the ball was misheaded by Joyanne Thomas as keeper Brittany Peters running off her line trying to gather that ball, but was beaten to it by an Antiguan player, but she played it just far off the upright and it goes out in the touch for a goal kick to the BVI. Antigua leading this game with a score of 4-0. Very much in control. Throwing out by Antigua. Ball is cleared out. Antigua in the box. Shot coming in. Ooh, nice shot coming in from Antigua. Just missing the far corner. Goes out into touch. Antigua still looking for that fifth goal. BVI trying to hold on. Ball is played into the box as